Today I'm gonna tell you exactly how my weekly training schedule looks like. I'm gonna take you through a epic Hyrox workout. I'm gonna tell you my biggest mistake that I did in my first Hyrox, and I will give you some tips as well. Let's go. For the ones who don't know me, my name is Jay. I'm a personal trainer. I had a gym in the Netherlands. We sold everything. Me and my girlfriend and my dog Floki packed our bags and we moved to Dubai. Okay, so the biggest mistake, which I think everybody makes the same mistake in the first Hyrox race, you stand in the box, like where your starting point is, and you're standing there with all the men. You hear this motivational speech, you hear the music, you really get pumped up. You know that there are like people who are watching you, supporting you. So what you do, you start with an insane pace. You're just running real fast. You come into the first station, which is the ski. I still remember, together with my partner, man, the ski, you have all the people around you screaming your name, and you just go full power. And I remember, like, when I finished the ski and had to go run again, I thought, like, fuck, what did I do? Fuck, this is station 1, and still I have to do 7. So that's really the biggest mistake, just don't start too fast, really. So this is the Hyrox workout for today. We start with the first superset. So we're going to do 2 exercises, which is 450 meter ski, and then we have 10 push presses. Then we have 300 meter ski, and then we have 15 push presses, and then we have 150 meter ski, and then we have 20 push presses. So as you can see, one exercise goes down and the other one goes up. Then we're going to go to the second set. It's the same principle. So we have 450 meter ski with 30 meter farmer carry. Then we have 300 meters on the row. Then we have 60 meter farmer carry. Then we have 150 meter on the row. And then we have 90 meters on the farmer carry. So then we go to the third set. Again, the same principle. So we have 45 meters on the broad jump burpees. And then we're going to have 10 wall balls. Then we're going to have 30 meters on the broad jump burpees, 15 wall balls, and then we're going to have 15 meters on the broad jump burpees, and we're going to have 20 wall balls. And then we go to the last set. Again, the same principle. So we have 45 meters on the sled. We have 15 meters walking lunges. Then we're going to go both to 30 meters, and then we end with 50 meters on the sled, and then we have 45 meters of walking lunge. You guys workout done with the legend Sohail. Bro, you did a great job, man. Awesome.
Amazing.
Killed it.
Very strong workout.
Okay, so how does my weekly training schedule look like? And I literally, guys, I tried it all. I did like upper body, lower body. I did push-pull legs. I trained like focus on one muscle group a day. It was a period I did 2 muscle groups a day. I trained with the rings, which is absolutely an awesome tool. There was a period I trained with parallels. Period I did like body weight. I mean, if you're a natural lifter, there comes a period if you train for 10, 15 years, it's going to be harder and harder to build muscle. So sometimes, you just want to switch things up and see what it's going to do to your body. And now I decided, or the last 2 weeks, I'm busy with doing full body. So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do a full body. And how it looks like, for example, on Monday, I do 5 times 5. So I do 5 sets of 5 reps, and I want to focus on getting stronger and, of course, building muscle as well. So, for example, I do squats. Let's say I do 100 kilos. So I do 100 kilos. I take 90 seconds rest, and then I do again 90 kilos for 5 reps, and then again 5 reps. So each in between, I take 90 seconds rest. Then, for example, I do a bench press. Take the same weight for 5 sets, 5 reps. And then each week I try to increase the weight just a little bit. Like, for example, like with 1 kilo or 125. Then I do, for example, a pull-up. I do like a shoulder press, and that's it. And for example, on Wednesday, I included some arms. I do some isolation exercises as well. So that's going to be a little bit high reps. So for example, like extensions, I just keep like 5 sets of 20 reps. So yeah, just going to see how my body's going to react for the next 3 months if I train like full body. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesday, I do like a run, usually like a longer run, let's say between 5 and 10 kilometers. On Thursday, I do like a HIIT session. So it's going to be, because I'm going to do the Hyrox in Abu Dhabi on the 19th of July. So I'm going to do some Hyrox type of workout, like box jumps, slam balls, sled pull, ski, row, burpee, stuff like that. And on Saturday I do again a run, but this is going to be like an interval run, or usually like an interval run or a compromised run. So a compromised run is like where you, for example, do like a burpee, and then immediately you're going to do like a kilometer running. A little bit what you do with the Hyrox as well. So this is how my weekly training schedule looks like at the moment, and I'm going to do this for 3 months. And I'm just going to see how my body's going to react to it, Like I said, if you train naturally for so many years, you want to switch things up, I mean, if you use steroids or any enhanced performance drug, to increase your testosterone, I mean, it almost doesn't matter what you do, you're going to build muscle anyway. And I mean, if you train naturally, and you want to build muscle, there comes a period that it becomes like harder and harder. So yeah, you need to switch things up, try new things, and we'll see how this works for my body. Okay guys, and I wanted to give you one other tip for the one who's struggling with that, is that try, if you pick a goal, stick to that goal for a period of time. For me, like, I mean, that's with Instagram, you see somebody who's really ripped, and then for me it was like, okay, I want to get shredded as well. I want to have my abs pop. Then I see a bigger guy and thought like, okay, I want to gain weight, I want to get bigger. So what you're gonna do, you're basically gonna switch in between goals. So you're gonna focus a period. Okay, I want to lose a little bit of weight because I want to get more shredded. And then you see like a bigger guy, and then it's like, okay, actually I want to gain a little weight. I want to get bigger. So to be honest, I struggled with this for so long, and sometimes I still do. But if you pick a goal, for example, you want to get shredded, try to stick to that goal until you reach the goal that you want to achieve. Because if you're going to switch in between, like I many times did myself, you're going to basically end up, don't achieve getting shredded, and you don't achieve gaining weight because you're switching the whole time in between. So just a quick tip, if you pick one goal, try to stick with it, and try to get the result that you really want. Okay, some quick Hyrox tips. First of all, I'm not a professional Hyrox athlete. I just did it once, and I had like 1 hour and 9 minutes. But I just wanted to give you some tips. At least that's what I would do next time if I start a Hyrox game again, which is in July 19th in Abu Dhabi. Okay, is that the following? First of all, which I also told you, which is my biggest mistake, is that don't start too fast. So stick to your plan. Don't rush into it, and do the first round, like make sure your breathing is under control. And also when you do the first exercise, just don't go too fast in it, because you're going to blow yourself up. And if you blow yourself up, I mean, you're going to have the problem the whole race, you're going to feel it. So that's number one. The second one is if you do it with a partner or even if you do it yourself, make sure you have a game plan. So for example, with the ski, we did like 150 meters, 150 meters, 200, 200, 150, 150. So whatever you do with your partner, make sure you have a game plan. Make sure that the one who is better at running ends with the exercise. So, for example, my partner was a better runner. So when we did the first kilometer, like we came into the exercise, I started with the exercise and he ended with the exercise. So I had a little bit more rest before we went into our next run. So make sure the better runner, if you do a double, ends with the exercise. Okay, the third tip I would give you is like a mistake I did myself is that I never did during the preparation of the Hyrox. I didn't use any gels, you know, like what people do for races or marathons. But what I did when we started the race, I took like two of those gels. I think I had some pre-workout as well, and immediately my mouth was really dry. I mean, it was also the place where we did high rocks because there was such dry air, so there were more people who really had like a dry mouth. But for me, it was really extreme. Like the first round, and I was like, okay, I need water. And with my partner, we decided like, okay, we're only gonna drink twice during the whole race. But we ended up drinking like after each station, I had to drink some water because my mouth was insanely dry. So if you during the preparation, if you didn't use any gels or whatsoever, I would just not do it. Don't switch things up just before the race, you know. So just stick to it the way you always done it. And that was a mistake that I did, and I will definitely not do it in the next race that I'm gonna do. Okay, and tip number four, which a friend of mine would say, we call him Uncle the Legend, is that you have to enjoy it. You know, like if you're busy, try to enjoy the whole experience. You know, because to be honest, I didn't enjoy anything during the whole race. I was just like busy, like with catching my breath, and I like it was really really tough. So I didn't really experience any enjoyment when I was busy. And then I was running, and then the uncle, the legend, he came by and he told me like, hey, in Dutch, probeer te genieten, jong, which is like, you know, try to enjoy the moment. And I still remember that. But like, yeah, it's like a tip, you know, if you do it for the first time or even second time, I mean, just try to enjoy the whole race. And that's something I absolutely didn't do, but I'm gonna try to do it the second time as well.